Welcome back to Lifect. In today's video, we'll walk you through 5 unique insights about some common habit formation traps. We'll also provide pathways around the many obstacles that people face when engineering their lives and minds to do things that benefit them. If you learn anything new in this video and plan to implement some of these tactics in your own life, subscribe, like, and comment below. The obstacle of getting started. Starting something new can be difficult, especially when the change affects regular schedules and routines. Many people fail to take the first step because of the physical and mental strain involved in adjusting to something new. Begin with a clean slate as though you were starting from scratch. It could be that you're starting a new job, relocating to a new city, or meeting a new partner. These are just a few examples of how this idea can be used in various facets of life. Another approach that anyone can use is to start on specific dates. Making changes is best done on days that are considered to be the start of something new, like the first of the year or a seasonal change. These dates can serve as a psychological trigger to help us move past the sense of failure that might keep us from making changes. The continuous process of behavioral change. When we think that the changes we want to make in our behavior are a one-time effort rather than a continuous process, we tend to use short-term thinking. When we switch from one behavior to another, we frequently believe the change is complete and we can proceed to the next task. To change our behavior, we must constantly manage, reinforce, and adapt throughout our lives. Reinforce your desired behavior by frequently rewarding yourself if you want to create a new habit. To accomplish this, set reminders, monitor your advancement, and recognize even the smallest victories. Managing our environment is also essential to preventing the recurrence of bad habits. We can accomplish this by getting rid of triggers, creating cues, and setting up systems that support our new habits. Adopting a growth mindset, which acknowledges that abilities, including behavior, are not fixed and that effort influences our potential, is another strategy for overcoming short-term thinking. This way of thinking will help us see the change as an ongoing process of growth and learning. With a growth mindset, we'll approach challenges and setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow instead of giving up on our goals. Temptation bundling. Impulsivity stems from the trait known as present bias, which prioritizes short-term benefits over long-term ones. This may cause us to make poor choices, such as giving in to bad habits, spending excessively, or putting off pressing obligations. But there's a solution to this issue, and it's called temptation bundling. It's a tactic that involves fusing 2 habits together to make one more appealing. This can be done by making the new habit more enjoyable or by making it simpler to practice. If you want to make reading before bed a habit but are having trouble keeping it up, you can try bundling it with your bedtime routine. This way, reading becomes a part of your routine and you're more likely to keep it up. Temptation bundling can help you control your impulsivity and form enduring habits. Making the new habit more appealing is a clever way to trick our brain, and it can be a great way to overcome the challenges posed by our current bias and achieve our goals. Commitment devices. Procrastination often occurs when we prioritize short-term rewards and distractions over long-term goals. This is frequently caused by present bias, which makes it difficult to focus on the future and resist the urge to seek out immediate gratification. Making commitment devices is a useful method for overcoming procrastination. A commitment device is a tool or strategy that restricts our ability to prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term goals. We're less likely to give in to temptations and put things off when we impose restrictions. An example of a commitment device is a locked savings account. Such a restriction makes it less likely that you will spend the money and makes it more likely that you will stick to your savings goal. Another example of a commitment tool is having an accountability partner, someone to whom you regularly report your progress. This will help you stay on track and prevent procrastination. Cue-based plans. When we rely too heavily on our current routines and live on autopilot, forgetfulness is a common issue that results. We frequently forget to practice the new habit when trying to change our behavior and fall back into the old one. Making cue-based plans is an efficient way to deal with this issue. These strategies connect a course of action with a cue, which prompts a memory. When creating a cue-based plan for yourself, follow this format. When blank happens, I'll do blank. Cues can be anything that sparks a memory, such as a particular moment in time, a specific place, or a familiar object. A cue-based strategy might state, for instance, whenever I get a raise, I'll increase my monthly retirement savings contribution. This tactic links the cue of a pay raise to the action of increasing retirement savings. The likelihood that a cue will cause recall increases with its distinctiveness. For instance, something like, I'll go for a run whenever I see my gym bag. A potent method for overcoming forgetfulness and creating enduring habits is creating cue-based plans. We're less likely to forget our actions and are more likely to complete our tasks when we associate a plan of action with a cue. Flexible routines. Which of these options sounds more appealing to you? Takeout or home cooking? Streaming online or renting DVDs? Stairs or escalators? According to the law of least effort, when presented with two alternatives, we're more likely to choose the one that requires the least amount of effort. If we're going to successfully form new habits, we must include flexibility in our daily routines. Instead of committing to rigid, unrealistic goals, start small with manageable changes and work your way up. One method for doing this is to start with the easiest change possible and then gradually increase the level of difficulty. Instead of committing to performing 10 push-ups every day, start with one against the wall and gradually increase the number. Celebrate small victories along the way. Whether you complete 1 or 10 push-ups, it still counts as a win. We can beat laziness and create enduring habits by incorporating flexibility into our routines. We remain involved and motivated throughout the process when we take the time to acknowledge and value even the smallest victories. Social dynamics. Human behavior is naturally inclined to adapt to and imitate the behavior of others. Our brains are wired to mimic the actions of those around us, particularly those who are near us or are in a position of power over us. So it can be difficult to create our own identities and achieve our own personal goals. But we can take advantage of this tendency by using social dynamics to our advantage. One way to do this is to observe the behavior of peers who have already achieved the goals we wish to pursue. Studying their techniques and methods allows us to draw from their experiences and apply them to our own situations. For instance, you can research the strategies used by successful business people in your industry if you want to become a successful entrepreneur. Imitate their behaviors by keeping an eye out for their routines, habits, and approaches. We can learn from the mistakes of the successful and adapt their strategies to our own circumstances by looking at how they did it. This can assist us in creating our own identities and achieving our own objectives. We hope you found the insights and strategies covered in this video useful. Remember, the key to success is not just having the right mindset, it's also about taking consistent and deliberate action. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's one action step you're going to take today to work on developing a growth mindset or building a sustainable habit? Want to see more Lifect videos? Check out our video on maximizing your potential, where we reveal productive people's hidden habits. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss an upload.